No, Josh, almost 14 years ago. Just before I left the Chronicle for the Times.
Right. About the time LBJ exhibited his scar to the cameras. And Timmy Washburn was barred from the White House for describing the presidential navel in colorful detail and 300-odd words.
Where is Timmy these days?
Still making trouble at the Trib, last I heard.
Boy, you two make work on a big city newspaper sound like fraternity hijinks.
Well, like everything else, we remember the good times and forget the drudgery.
Oh, they have that on dailies, too?
Oh, my dear. They have that on dailies mostly. From the Times to the Dispatch, to a syndicated column from Washington, to freelancing. Marrying and unmarrying two very nice men along the way. Both my fault. Workaholic. All work and no play makes Eileen a perfectly lousy wife.
Oh, I can't imagine you being lousy at anything.
Well, neither can I. That's why I've been trying again with Walter Selvig. Beautiful, patient Walter. And why I'm freelancing to leave me more time. And as soon as I finish the article, I'm
Something you can talk about?
Well, I have been digging into supposedly legitimate businesses all over the country, all financed by mob money from one source.
A nationwide laundering operation?
Mm-hmm. And the real cruncher is the setup at El Charro.
Oh, that exclusive spa and country club at the north end of the valley.
Right. It's going to be the big pink ribbon on my package because a number of the charter members, all of whom have condos there, are also members of our august House of Representatives and Senate.
You can prove that?
The El Charro research is in here. It never leaves my side. So, my next and last step is a trip to El Charro and proof that J.J. Ferris, the mob connection, holds the purse strings and has all those legislators in his pocket.
Those congressmen and senators who own places there
Are all on freebies.
that makes them beholden to the...
Pretty explosive stuff, Eileen.
And I've got the fuse right in my hand.
I don't know, Eileen. It sounds good. But I'm afraid you're fishing in very dangerous waters.
Oh, I suppose.
It's risky.
You know, that sort of thing goes with the territory. Now listen, about dinner. Remember, it'll be just the four of us tomorrow night, counting Walter. 7 sharp, or the roast will get overdone. Oh, don't look so worried, Josh. I'm not that bad a cook.
It's not my digestion I'm worried about.
Relax, They won't lay a glove on me.
You'll be careful, you hear?
I will.
Nice meeting you, Eileen.
Nice meeting you, too.
Right. Drive carefully.
I will.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Boy, that's some kind of lady.
Best newspaper woman in the business.
Newspaper person.
That too. Stuart.
May I?
Requiem for a heavyweight. Last night, this community was savaged by the arrogant corruption we have come to euphemistically call the Syndicate. Last night, this nation lost one of its most courageous and effective weapons against the malignancy of organized crime. Last night, the profession of journalism lost a giant, and I lost a friend.
Well, Josh. Hi.
I'm Kate Callahan. Terribly sorry, Mr. Sullivan.
Nice meeting you. Your eulogy was beautiful. Terribly moving, like your editorial.
Well, we're not going to let it go at that, Walter. Kate and I are picking up on Eileen's story.
Well, Eileen would approve. Is there anything I can do to help?
Well, yes. Eileen's notes, Mr. Selvig, if I could just get them from you sometime.
Of course. Of course. Nice meeting you.
My pleasure.
Josh,
Hi,
thanks.
Walter.
I appreciate it.
Bomb squad completed their investigation. The bomb was set off by a timing device.
Oh, God. So it had to be attached to the car while she was in the office with us?
Maybe, maybe not. Timers can run for seconds or hours.
But if they wanted to make sure she was in the car when the thing went off.
The way it was rigged, it ticked off the time only while the ignition was on.
So it would require an expert.
It's really not that complicated, but this setup does look like a professional hit.
But since we know who wanted to get rid of her and why, I mean...
Kate, we think we know.
Yeah. Have it your way, Mike. What are you doing about it?
Without a witness or any hard evidence, the odds on proving who made this kind of a hit aren't very high.
Well, maybe there's something I can do about it. Would you close the screen door, please?
Kate. What they've done once to get some of the heat off, they can just as easily do again if you get too nosy.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Mike.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi. Mr. Walter Selvig, please.
Oh, yes, miss. You're expected.
What do you mean?
It's 10J.
Oh. Where are the elevators?
To your left in the lobby, right through that door.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Oh, hello, Kate.
Oh, I hope I haven't come at an inconvenient time. But I was passing by and noticed the building. I should have called first.
No. Come in.
I just thought you might have Eileen's material put together.
Well, as a matter of fact, I was going to bring it by your office tomorrow. You saved me a trip. J.J. Ferris's name is all over this, connected to places everywhere, but there's no mention of El Charo.
Oh, that was all the little notebook she had with her, which is why Josh and I are going up there. Thank you.
Well, I'd love to talk to you some more, but I'm running late for business
Oh,
today.
of course, I understand.
Okay. Good luck. Let me know if there's any way I can help. And, be careful, Kate.
Right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yes, miss. Can I help you?
I'm here to see Walter Selvig.
Walter Selvig? Yes, well, I'll call up. Who shall I say?
Diane Loring. He's expecting me.
Hey, Diane Loring, Mr. Selvig? Yes, sir. You're absolutely right. I should have. I'm very sorry, Mr. Selvig. 10J, Miss Loring.
Thank you.
Josh, you've done just fine. And you were so worried about driving George's car.
Not about driving it, about wrecking it.
Those must be the condominiums.
Uh-huh. 500 grand per, and going up every day.
So, this is how the other half lives.
If you can call it living.
Like the man said, money doesn't bring happiness, but it sure can make unhappiness a lot of fun. I do believe I have died and gone to heaven.
If heaven is this expensive, I'm going to cancel my reservation. Did you see the tab I signed for lunch?
You're not taking advantage of anything. Just look at that golf course.
I don't golf.
The tennis courts, the swimming pool.
Nor do I tennis, any more than I fancy parboiling my flesh in hot springs.
I noticed you eat pretty good.
At these prices, I intend to finish every morsel if it kills me.
Oh, don't worry about it. It'll all be very cheap if we find the tie-in to J.J. Ferris.
If we find it. You doing any good yet?
Oh. I talked to a waiter who was very friendly, but unfortunately he'd only been here for a week, never even heard of J.J. Ferris. On the other hand, I spoke to a congressman who practically admitted he's never billed for his tabs here.
Practically is not published, you bull.
Josh, isn't that senator?
Warren Bennett.
Come on. Good afternoon, Senator.
Good afternoon. I'm sorry, I'm usually very good with names, but...
No, we haven't met. I'm Kate Wilson. How do you do? And this is my father.
Mr. Wilson?
Senator?
Listen, I'm certainly no Chris Everett, but if you're looking for a game...
Certainly, as soon as we get a free court. Won't you sit down?
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Drinks?
A little early for me.
Are you new members, Mr. Wilson?
The name's Josh. No, we're just looking things over.
Well, I hope you decide in our favor.
I'm working on them. But as Congressman Thompson said, Dad, these condos are only going to appreciate. It's an investment.
Oh, you're friends of Harry Thompson?
We just met, boy. Is he one of the lucky ones? Got in on the ground floor.
Me too. I confess I couldn't afford to buy the place I have here for what I could get for it today. But as a spot to relax in when I can get away from Washington, it's worth every penny.
Well, I make it a rule to investigate thoroughly before I put my money into anything. I'd need to know more about management, see their financial statements and so on.
It's owned by a corporation that's as sound as, I was going to say, as the dollar, which betrays my age.
But this corporation, who are they?
Oh, there's a court free now, Kate. Shall we? Excuse us, Josh.
Oh, certainly.
See you in a bit, Dad.
Game and set. What was that you said about Chris Everett? You're too much for me, Kate.
Oh, I was lucky. Give you a chance to get me back tomorrow. Oh, I guess Dad got bored.
Come on, I'll buy you a drink.
Miss,
Yes.
Mr. Abernathy would like to see you, please.
Mr. Abernathy?
He's the manager. His office is in the main building, just off the lobby.
Okay, just as soon as I shower and...
He's waiting, Miss, with the gentleman.
Uh-huh. Maybe your father's decided to, invest.
Will you excuse me, please? Thanks for the set. What are you doing with my personal things? Do you make it a practice to ransack your guests' rooms?
Only those who sign the register with false names and abuse our hospitality by cross-examining our members.
Josh, are you just going to sit there and let him get away with this nonsense?
It's all over, Kate.
We know who and what you are. We know you're friends of Eileen Chambers, and we know why you're here. And we don't appreciate reading false innuendos about our establishment in the media. So you and Mr. Alden will check out immediately.
If they're false, you can sue. Obviously, you have a great deal to hide.
Kate.
Well, what about my things, Josh?
They'll be waiting for you at the desk. Concentrate on that woman. But don't do anything until I've gotten the word from Mr. Ferris.
All my papers were there on the desk. And that manager was so cool about it.
And why not? They held all the cards. Kate, I'm terribly concerned about you now.
Listen, if I'd had any doubt about what Eileen was on to or who killed her, if we can at least prove that she was right.
Yeah, that'd be some satisfaction. Well, I think the police are working on it. And I wouldn't be surprised if the FBI is, too. Kate, you're probably wondering why I asked you to have lunch today. The other night at my apartment, it was so awkward. I don't know whether you're aware of the way Eileen and I were living.
The way?
Our marriage. After 3 marvelous years, it just quietly died. About 7, 8 months ago. It's nobody's fault. It just happened.
No, Eileen didn't say anything.
Well, it's not the kind of thing one advertises. Of course, we were still good friends and still shared the same apartment. But we'd been going our own separate ways for some time. She was the most marvelous thing that ever happened to me. She was a great woman. I want to do a book about her.
Oh, I didn't know you were a writer.
Well, I try. I've been trying for years.
But you're West Coast editor of the Day magazine, aren't you?
For the last couple of years. It hasn't left me much time to do anything else. Eileen again. Having the publishing rights to a couple of her stories was instrumental in my getting the job. She was, good to everyone.
Pardon me, Mr. Selvig. A phone call, sir. On the wall phone at the entrance.
Okay, excuse me. Kate, I gotta run. Something urgent at the office.
Oh, it's okay. I'm finished anyway.
Here you are, Mr. Selvig.
Okay. Forgive me, Kate.
Oh, nonsense. Go, run.
Miss? Mr. Selvig said to tell you that he tipped the boy for your car.
Oh.
And in his rush, he forgot this. I don't suppose you
Of
could...
course, I'll take care of it.
Thank you now. Bye-bye.
Luckily, I saw your car when I was passing by. I'll see you later.
Thank you, Kate.
Oh, Mom!
Yeah?
You had a phone call.
Oh. From whom?
He didn't say. Just left a number for you to call.
Kate Callahan?
Yes?
I understand you're working on a story, and you've got some questions.
Who is this?
I'm calling for the man that can give you some answers. We'll see you at 4 o'clock.
How do you know I have any questions? And what man are you talking about?
The address is 1745 Headley Street. Don't be late, or you can forget all about it.
Well, why should I go there unless I know who I'm talking to and what this is all about?
Suit yourself.
Is Sergeant Barrett, please?
Well, you're right on time.
Who are you?
You leave the keys in your ignition? Let's go.
What? Where are you taking me?
Let's make this easy on both of us.
Sergeant Barrick of the police department will be here any minute.
Yes, I know.
You know? How?
Get in. Get in.
This is kidnapping, you know. A federal offense.
Get out. Nice. Get out. Come on.
Where are you taking me?
Relax. Just what you wanted. Said you wanted to see the man.
Welcome. I hope you share my enthusiasm for this civilized custom.
What in God's name do you want?
I had understood it was you who wished something. Information. Or was I mistaken?
You had me kidnapped to give me information. Is that also why you tapped my phone?
Kidnapped? You came here of your own free will.
I went to an address someone gave me on the phone, and then I was bodily...
After you telephoned the police. Tea must be taken while it is hot.
If you have something to say, then say it and let me get the hell out of here. I have a child waiting at home.
Yes, I know. And I assure you, she is quite safe. I trust that you will have the good sense to see to it that she remains unharmed. It is quite true your telephone had been tapped. But turnabout is fair play, is it not?
Turnabout?
You were spying on some business associates of mine.
Spying?
Under an assumed identity.
Business associates of yours. I see. Well, then, in that case, there's quite a lot of information that you can give me. Let's start with how all those congressmen and senators became charter members of El Charro, shall we?
I will get to the point. Your Mr. Selvig is quite heavily in debt to people who work for me.
You?
And if you are wise, you will confine your investigations to Mr. Selvig's proclivity for gambling. You might also advise the authorities to examine the books at the West Coast office of Today magazine.
I am investigating a murder.
You are delving into matters that do not concern you. I had hoped to divert you from this fruitless and extremely dangerous course. I had hoped that you would understand.
I do understand. May I please leave now?
By all means. You will find your car on the first level of the garage. I trust, upon reflection, you will appreciate the wisdom of everything I have said.
To the address you gave the dispatcher. I searched the whole area. I came back and found Jenny next door. What's going on?
All kinds of things, but to try and add it all up. Sweetie pie.
I know. Go out and play.
No, go watch TV. Go on.
Good night, honey.
What do you know about a flower shop on Van Nuys called Chester's?
Why?
I saw Walter Selvig in there giving a man a whole wad of money, and he didn't look very happy about it either.
Ah, they must have their hooks into him pretty deep.
Who's they?
I say Chester's a book, but they haven't been able to make it stick.
A bookie?
Yeah, high roller, heavy action, horses, football. There's a layoff somewhere.
What's layoff?
Well, the average book has to lay off part of his action somewhere to keep from getting burned. Someone who can handle the heavy bread might take action from 20 books or more.
And that Chinese man must be, what did you call it, a layoff?
You mean Charles Soong?
If that's his name.
How do you know?
Oh, we had a little, conversation.
You and Soong had a conversation? About what?
So Mike found the top on your phone line.
Did you know that he also found out that Walter Selvig made a withdrawal of $10,000 from his joint account with Eileen on the afternoon of the day she was murdered?
Really? You want some coffee?
Oh, Josh, did you know about their marriage?
Oh, I thought it was doing fine. But, of course, Eileen's prominence versus his failure to write her, his dependence on her. A lot of men can't live with that kind of thing.
Do you suppose she left a large estate?
I'm sure she did. She'd been getting top dollar for her work for years. And her book on white-collar crime's still a bestseller.
Well, so then, if he needed money, and apparently he did, it's obvious to me what he would...
Your Chinese friends put a bug in your ear as well as your phone.
Josh, I'm just trying to be logical.
How's this for logic? The mob, or the syndicate, or whatever they call themselves, would love a fall guy for Eileen's murder.
And Walter Selvig makes an ideal pigeon.
Well, it certainly looks that way.
Oh, thank you.
There's just enough truth in what they told you to make me look bad.
Oh?
Well, I am into them for quite a bit. I did withdraw $10,000 from the joint account, and I still owe them more than twice that much. My gambling's compulsive, at least according to my psychiatrist. The ponies, football, Vegas, whatever and however I can arrange to punish myself, according to him.
How come the bookies let you get that far behind?
Well, it seems obvious. They're connected. I'm sure they were planning to kill Eileen if she got too close to the truth and wanted me on the hook if she did.
Listen, they insisted on that payment that day?
Of course, that's the setup. They orchestrated that beautifully. They played me like a piano. Even you're beginning to wonder about me. Well, that's true, isn't it?
Well, for a while, yeah, but can you blame me?
The police probably feel the same way.
I don't know. I haven't talked to them yet. Oh, Lord. I've got to go. There was one other thing, Walter. That Chinese man, he also said something about the books at your office. Implying embezzlement, I think.
Embezzlement? What did he
I don't know. I just got the idea that they were going to try to make it look as if you doctored the books or something.
Well, I'm sure they could do that.
I'll tell you what. I'll call Sergeant Varick first thing in the morning and have him get a court order to seize the books and keep them under lock and key.
But if they've already gotten to the books, they've made them look as if I...
Right, but a thorough audit would prove that you didn't, right?
Oh, that's true. You realize what they did to Quiet Eileen. And now that you're so involved...
Walter, the responsibility is mine.
Okay.
Take care of yourself.
Bye, Kate.
Bye-bye. Better eat your cereal. You're gonna need all your strength for that test.
I don't feel well.
So you say. The thermometer disagrees.
I don't care. I'm sick.
You have testitis, my dear. I used to have it a lot when I was your age.
You did?
Oh, sure. You know, you may find this hard to believe, but I was a little girl once myself. Come on, honey.
I drank my milk.
Oh, good girl.
I wouldn't do that if I were you, lady. You would have gone clean through the roof.
Get out of the car! Get out of the car! Get out! Come here. Don't move. Now, what are you doing to me? We have been through this before with that Chinese...
Now, hold on, lady. Hold on. We just don't want you and your kid to get blown away and get that blamed on us, too. Here.
What's the matter?
The car, honey. Something's wrong with the car.
Does that mean I don't have to go to school?
What, no. No, it doesn't. We'll get a ride with Charlene. Go on, go on. No, I mean, honey, wait for me. Come on. Move it.
Covered?
The same man that took it, Mr. Sung?
Yes, right.
Varric?
Hi.
How did he happen to be here just the right time and know the bomb was there?
How about if you put it there?
Yeah, but why would he do that? And
Make
then...
him look good, take off some of the heat. It saved a life.
Two lives.
The timer was set to blow 6 minutes after you turned the ignition on.
But he said to me, listen, he said to me, you would have gone clean through the roof. He meant the garage roof.
Now, what does that prove?
Well, suppose he didn't put it there.
Well, who did?
I think I have a candidate.
We don't need a candidate. We need to elect one.
That's right. And I have a notion how to do that. Hello, Walter. Come in. This is Mike Barrett.
Hello.
How are you? Thank you for coming.
You said I could help, Sergeant? Anything I can do?
How about a cup of coffee, Walter?
Please. Are you really close to finding out they did it?
That close. Thanks to Kate, of course. She told you about her meeting with Mr. Sung?
Sung?
Yeah, the Chinese character who's in bed with the boys at El Charro. Now, we've been able to prove that connection and a lot more. Your statement, even though some of it, your gambling, may be a little embarrassing, will help our case.
Well, that's great. I'd be delighted to tell you anything you want to know.
I'm sure you would. That's what I told the captain. I said you'd come right down.
Well, let's go.
Kate has to make a stop by the paper, so I'm without wheels. Do you mind if I ride with you?
Not at all.
All righty, I'll see you both later, yes?
Okay,
Yes.
Kate.
All right.
You like it?
Like it. It's beautiful.
There's something wrong with the car.
The captain has to be at a meeting downtown by 10.
Oh, listen, I can go to the paper later. I'll take you. Come on.
Well, that's great. We'll call the auto club from headquarters when we're finished. I'll bring you back in my car. Captain's gonna chew my butt if we're not there in time.
Why don't you two just go ahead and I'll get by there later.
We'll be there in 2 minutes.
Just a couple of minutes?
It's only a mile. Captain's waiting just for you. He plans to make a statement to the press this morning. It's already set up. I can't leave the man sitting there with egg on his face. Besides, you're just running down the battery.
Maybe the car's flooded.
I don't smell any gasoline. We're wasting time. Yeah, you don't want to leave these. Come on, let's go.
I'll jump in the back.
You said a couple of minutes. It's already more than that.
Yeah. Should have taken Emery Street. Missed all the traffic.
I know, and all these red lights.
How much further?
We're almost there.
Well, the light's green. Let's go.
Okay, okay. Oh, damn it, I stalled it.
Why don't I get out and look?
No, that's okay.
It'll start. See?
Slow down.
What? Come on.
Stop! We gotta stop!
Walter, will you relax? We're almost there.
What's the matter with you, Walter?
We gotta get, I'm telling you, we gotta get out of here now! I'm telling you, we gotta get out of
what are
here!
you talking
It's gonna
about?
blow! It's gonna blow!
What are you talking about?
The bomb! It's gonna blow any second!
Bomb? Now, how would you know anything about a bomb?
Yes, that does wrap it up pretty well. And thanks, Mike, for the exclusive. No, I didn't get it from you.
Exclusive to what?
The magazine's books were doctored.
By Walter.
Walter, he was in awfully deep. The money from Eileen's estate's the only thing could have pulled him out. But it's a hell of a note when you think about it.
What is?
Well, we and the police had to be tipped off by the underworld to a murder and embezzlement.
Well, as someone said to me the other day, turnabout is fair play.
What do you mean?
We're gonna do a little tipping of our own, right back at 'em. These notes of Eileen's nail the elusive J.J. Ferris to the wall. And maybe when the FBI gets through with him, they'll set off a bomb of their own under El Charro.
You be careful, Kate. They'll be nominating you for a Pulitzer.
Oh, nonsense. I can't begin to touch Eileen Chambers. If anything ever comes from this, it'll be hers, not mine.
Well, maybe not this year. Maybe not next. But at the risk of being premature...
Next on A&E, a blocked writer is seduced into a web of deception and murder in the thriller The Face of Trespass.